So now what I do is I tune in. I'm tuning in. I start to feel something. It took me a long time to realize it's me. It's not me. I mean, so like right now I'm starting to feel jittery, and and you can hear my voice, tearful, jittery and tearful.
Oh my God, why?
Because I'm feeling you, and we're so blended. I'm experiencing what you're experiencing.
You are, right?
Yeah, and so I can identify that as you. So now it doesn't affect me. It's not. I'm no concern for me. I'm not concerned for me. This isn't my stuff. I don't have to worry about me right now. My autonomic nervous system doesn't have to concern itself to figure out what it needs to do about me, because I've acknowledged it's you. Now I can support you. I can hold space for you.
That's a lot for you.
It is, but not if I don't identify with it.
Okay.
Then I'm traveling through it, and I feel proud that I can be there for somebody else.
You do?
Yeah. Then when they need me, I can hold space. I'm not afraid of emotion. I can hold space for you, and that's something that we don't do enough for each other and ourselves. And that's exactly what we need. That's the therapy. So we need to we need to hold space for these emotions and hear these emotions until your brain has traveled this message up to the consciousness in you, and you can hear it in conscious mind. And conscious mind is executive function, and it's decision making and choice. So you can choose to do something about it. Whereas if you can't do something about it, it's just stuck in your body.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start to feel, and it's like tuning into a radio, or it's like cooking, like ginger, cinnamon.
Right.
Yeah, I've felt this before. What is this feeling? And it's really, for me, I've noticed that the faster I acknowledge the feeling, the faster it changes in the body. It's like I'm facilitating you to catch this message. We're doing it together. So I'm like, but there's something else. There's a feeling, I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a physical feeling. It's like there's it's cloud, it's a trampoline, it's like gooey. It's like and it gross you out here, but I gave my dog some brains to eat today.
From what?
Oh, pork brains. I got it from the Chinese supermarket.
They love brains.
They love brains, yeah. So that's why, and it feels like the brains. It feels exactly that soft feeling. And I learned anatomy from feeding my dogs.
Did they eat it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I put a little olive oil and salt on it.
No way.
Yes. They love it.
Did you have some?
God, no.
Well, you wouldn't eat it?
I should, but I can't bring myself.
Me too.
I know. So I know it's so gross. Or like, anyway, like all the great stuff I give my dogs. If I only ate that too, I'd be as healthy as them. Okay, so there you go. So you're gathering.
Oh my God. Ugh.
You're still, here we go. It's brains. That's what I'm feeling.
Really?
Yeah, I'm feeling brains.
Not neck?
It's inside your neck. What is your neck?
Oh.
But as I said, the force, the body's always going to prioritize the essential, the organs. No such thing as essential. They're all essential. The organs. That's its priority number one. So it's always going to protect those. And the force travel through you, 3D, every part of you. There is not a single part of you that is saved. It's not like it just goes to your muscles and your joints, because that's all we know about. It goes through you 100%.
Wow.
All of you. Yeah. So, and then it'll seize, and the body will protect the brain. So I'm getting brains, but now I'm trying to identify, try to feel exactly into that brain tissue.
Where are you right now with your hands?
I'm in your neck. I'm in your cervical spine, like around C2.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
My nemesis.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's there between. Yeah. But we're lateral, we're left. We're in the curve, we're doing that.
Someone told me my neck was a military neck.
There's such a thing, yeah. It's just when it's a board, it's stiff as a board. But again, why? What's
right?
Yeah.
And plus, there's a lot of people with straight necks. They don't have symptoms, right?
Exactly. Again, Burrell says it doesn't matter the shape or the position, the shape. It matters. Does it move? Is it moving? That's what matters.
Oh,
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It matters if it has movement.
Yeah.
Why?
Movement is life.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything is moving in the body. Nothing is still. Nothing is, because term homeostasis is incorrect, because there's no stasis. There's no static. There's volitional movement. There's movement, like you can want to move your arm. There's a gross movement, and then there's intrinsic movement, which is the movement of the cells and You know, like it has to, every time you cross your legs, it has to move to be able to accommodate that movement. And if there's a restriction, which is basically glue, it's two tissue layers stuck together or a bunch of cells stuck together. So because it's all about the relationship between fluid and matter in the body. We're a sculpture. You know, it's like how wet or how dry is it. So dry is no good. Too wet's no good.
Oh.
Yeah. So if it's too dry and then so there's an area that's not moving, that's what it becomes a linchpin for the rest, and it throws everything out of whack. And the body wants to protect that because it doesn't want it to pull on something further down and create a problem somewhere else or a break. You know?
Oh, that's totally.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're creating this movement, which is opening up the space. Yeah, I got you. Which is opening up the space of fluid. There's so many different fluids, but whatever fluid it's needing is getting in there in between the cells and opening up the space. And so now once it's unglued, it's unglued, and then you can continue to get fluid there and nourish the cells, and then everything can move.
Wow.
And also detox the cells. Yeah. That's what it is. It's fluid. It's fluids getting in. So that's what's making the change. So you're sending blood, you're sending cerebrospinal fluid, lymph. There's also ground substance. There's connective tissue. There's all kinds of different kinds of fluids, like within the matrix of the body itself, to create the tissue, the shape. There's gases. There's turgor that creates the shape of the body, the volume of the body. All these things need to be able to access all the areas.
It's just the stuckness is
the
really.
Stuckness, yeah. So we're getting closer. So sometimes the stuckness is literally it's 2 cells, 3 cells stuck together. It's a very tiny spot.
Really?
Yeah, but it's creating a huge mess. What we're doing here is you're allowing me to get closer, more accurate, closer to it, and it's getting smaller under my finger.
Babe, the first session we did, I didn't move my neck like this.
No, you couldn't.
What?
Yeah.
I couldn't, right?
Because we freed the condyles up.
Oh.
Yeah. Now we're deeper. We're deeper into the curve of the neck. So it's like you're in an extension, like backwards. You're overextended. You're curved. Like there's a C. It's buckled. Your neck is buckled. So yeah. So the middle of that curve is closer to your throat in a sense. You know.
You know, it's funny. I could really yesterday.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Did you ever go here for people?
Oh, for sure. But it depends on what the body wants.
Oh, it depends on what the body wants.
Yeah, where the body's organizing.
What if the person is so shut down they can't connect with it?
Yeah, that's a good point. But this autonomic nervous system still, to whatever degree, it's still talking. Yeah.
Right,
about
because
how
it's
you read it.
subconscious.
Yeah, it's autonomic. I mean, it might be so messed up, but it's, or confused, but but that's what you're doing is you're holding space to meet it where it's at.
Remember when you came last time and I cried about my dad?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't cried about him since.
Exactly, because you processed it. You went there where your body needed you to go to feel those feelings once and for all, and then it's done. Yeah, good for you.
Good for you.
Aw, good for us. But now you notice there's other things on your mind now. You never rest. Now that was taking up the space for other things to not be heard, and now the other things are being heard, and that will be resolved, and then move on to the next thing.
And there's always your mind is really it can be your prison. Yeah,
until you face those feelings, until you experience those feelings. But sometimes, our mind is or hardwired for avoidance. The whole system is mounted to not let us feel those actual feelings.
Of course.
Yeah, it's too scary for us. We have to feel safe. It's all about safety. Autonomic nervous system, safety.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Can you believe how far back my neck is?
I can't believe. Yeah, because you're buckling in the middle. That's what we're unsticking you gradually. It's like we're seesawing. We're up. We're just gradually unsticking you, and it's helping the blood access this area so it can loosen it, and your structures can let go, and then find its original shape. It'll spring back to its original shape.
Aviva, when you were going through all that stuff with your head injury and stuff,
mm-hmm.
Like, you knew that you would get out?
I knew I wasn't going to rest until I did. I had the rest of my life to do it. No rush, you know.
Really?
Yeah, but obviously I was very upset about the idea of it affecting my longevity, and, you know, and the longer it sits there, the worse it is, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but I knew, because I had these tools and I'd seen the work. I just didn't know that particular, you know, I did have a client who came in, and he jumped off. He was in college years in his 20s, and they were drunk, and he jumped off a second floor balcony to do another beer run, and, you know, yeah. And he's now in his 40s, 50s, or whatever, and the pattern showed up. It showed up in his spine on like T8. And,
oh, T8?
Yeah.
You know what? My T7 is really messed up.
Yeah, it is, because there's a natural narrowing in the spine right about there. And so
there is?
Yeah, so that's where the symptoms, it always shows up there. If there's anything going on anywhere in the body, head, wherever, anything that affects the spine, you're going to feel it there, because that's the first place you're going to feel it, is natural narrowing. So, you know, so I first thing I was like, he's on my table, and I'm working a whole hour on his T8, and I'm not getting anywhere, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm trying to explain, and I'm like, I'm sort of feeling, a lot of times when I'm working, especially when I was younger, I would freak out, like I'm not doing anything here, and then all of a sudden I get a release, you know. It's really about trusting and allowing, but I was getting nowhere, you know, and I really felt, I carried it with me, that I hadn't been able to figure that pattern out. I hadn't been able to help that individual. I was stumped by that, and then it happened to me, and I was like, fuck.
Oh, really?
So I kept thinking of that guy, and I'm like, I don't want to be that. I don't know what to do with this, you know? And, yeah. And then, it was the same story. Like, I jumped in a shallow pool, you know, and my feet, and I kept, yeah. So it took me a long time. It took me a long time.
Would you know what to do with him now?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Well, yeah, I'll listen to his body. Yeah, but at least I understand a little bit more, you know, the compression, the whole body compression, and where it lands. Yeah.
You can't do anything with compression.
Oh yeah, you sure. Compression, yes, absolutely. You can.
I mean, what I mean by that is, like, if you're compressed, you can't.
Yes, yeah.
You can't do any other thing. Like, that has to be job one.
Oh, for sure. But again, up to the body. The body might not feel safe. Just going. That's why I'm so impressed with your body, because your body took me right there right away. I wasn't expecting that. The body has to feel safe. It'll show its jewels when it feels safe. You know?
Oh.
Yeah, and you just took me there right away. So I didn't have to coax your body, get your body to, you know, I didn't need to sort of go in soft and easy and earn your trust and find other areas to release first. We went for the big fish right away.
Do you find that a lot of people do that first? Like,
Yeah,
they're scared?
They're scared, yeah, and I really have to earn their trust over several treatments, and then it finally shows me the area.
Really?
Yeah. I was totally expecting that with you. I was like, there's no way in your heightened sort of state that you're gonna just give up the goods right away. And you
give up the goods.
Yeah, you did. You're so
like a little Lolita.
No, but you're so eager for change,
babe. Like a little Lolita.
No,
that's hilarious. Fuck, I can't believe I went to the sex place. Of course, like a little flower that just can't wait to be deflowered.
Yeah, well,
that's so bad.
No, it helped.
God. I'm sorry. The things that pop into your mind.
I know, right? Well, yeah, your mind has something to express there.
Oh, God. Well, I would say that's down to you.
Okay. Because, again, it's the trust.
I would say that's down to you.
What?
Like, no one's going to do that with someone.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah, because it earned your trust right away.
Yeah, and you really... It's really like you just believe you really believe your stuff, right?
Yeah, because I've seen it. I've seen so much, and my mind's been blown so many times.
Really?
And I've seen results. Oh yeah, you know.
What was your hardest case?
Well, I still haven't cracked Parkinson's, but I'm getting close.
What do you